What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today we are finally back with a UFC pay-per-view card to do a bingo prediction for. So if you've never seen these videos before, basically we go through the bingo card. We make predictions for the pay-per-view fight, the press conference, media day, weigh-ins, things that are going to happen throughout fight week. And if you know this series, you know that we always hit bingo on these every single time. My predictions itself may not be 100% accurate every time, but these bingo cards usually are. So let's get into this. Let's start it off strong. Over 2.5 featherweight bromance moments. What does that mean? Volk and Lopez, they're going to be broing out all fight week. I can see them hugging, taking photos together, shit like that. I think Pitbull, I think Yair Rodriguez and Volk are going to be homies. Like, I just feel like when you look at this card, you have a lot of featherweights that are all super nice guys. We're going to see some major bromance taking place this week. I'm going to say over 2.5 for the parlay. I feel like this one's going to hit. This is pretty easy, dude. All right, next one that we got here. Now, we're going to be introducing a new feature on the bingo card, guys. We're starting a new feature on the bingo card. This is going to be Michael Chandler row down here. This is the Michael Chandler row. This whole bottom row is just for Michael Chandler. First one that we've got, come on, dude. You know that the second that fight ends, win or lose, I got one dude on my mind, Conor McGregor. You're like, and you know what? I'm going to add that Michael Chandler, because he knows that Conor's never coming back. I think he's going to call out some new goofy opponents, dude. I can see this guy going, Nate Diaz, you got to come back and fight somebody. Like, I feel like Michael Chandler's just going to pick someone new to fucking obsess over. So throw that one on the bingo card. Michael Chandler calls out Conor and someone new. Maybe Max Holloway. I could see maybe Ilya Topuria being someone he calls out. I could definitely see that, actually. I'm going to throw that pretty confidently on there. All right, man. Next one that we got. Come on, dude. Fight week. We usually get big fight news. The media's always asking Dana stuff that's going to happen. I can definitely see Dana. What's the question? Yeah, Jones Aspinall's done. That fight's done. We just got to sort out a venue and a contract and payment for the fighters and making them agree to it. But other than that, the fight's done. Fight's pretty much done. I could definitely see Dana White hitting us with a casual, oh yeah, the fight's done. I don't think it's going to get announced, but I think Dana White's going to confirm this shit kind of offhandedly during a media day or during a press conference, something like that. I definitely think it's going to happen. All right, man. Next one that we got, this is one of our fight predictions for the bingo. I'm going to say fucking Patricio Pitbull wins by KO. Logically, I want to pick Yair Rodriguez. Like, when I first saw this fight, I said, dude, Yair Rodriguez, that's a bad matchup for Pitbull. But there's just something about Yair, bro. Like, there's just something about the Anshul Jubilee build this guy has, dude. I think Yair Rodriguez is going to get fluked by Pitbull, bro. I'm not going to lie. I think Yair Rodriguez is going to be victim to the Bellator debut plot armor of Patricio Pitbull. I can just see an early stoppage from Pitbull. I can really see Pitbull landing some back of the head shot, early stoppage type ground and pound. And the ref just jumps in and saves it. Pitbull calls out Michael Chandler, calls out Volkanovski. I definitely get the feeling that Patricio Pitbull is going to win this fight and he's going to get a title shot soon. So I'm going to throw it on my bingo card. We'll see how it goes, all right? 80%, 70% confidence. This next one, 110% confidence. Chase Du Bronx masterclass. Come on, man. You guys know my theory that Chase Hooper is basically Charles Oliveira 2.0. I think he's going to get a win over Jim Miller here to complete the Charles Oliveira resume, and then he's going to start beating some ranked opposition. I definitely feel like Chase Hooper is going to be able to, physically bully Jim Miller. I think he's going to be able to keep him on the end of his punches with his little pitter-patter jabs. And I think once they grapple, Chase Hooper is going to be able to submit him. So I'm going to throw Chase Hooper masterclass on the bingo card. All right, man. Next one that we've got here. This is another fight announcement prediction. I'm going to say we do get Rufus versus Islam, bro. Every time I open fucking Twitter or Instagram, I see another, like, UFC brass member. Someone that's related to the UFC, like John Anik, DC, Chael, fucking Islam's coach. Someone every week is coming out going, I don't know, man, I think this Islam Gaethje fight's a good idea. I just know they're prepping us for this bullshit. So throw it on the bingo card for me. I think we either get Islam versus Gaethje announced or we get Dustin Poirier's retirement fight. I could see that being something they maybe announce. I hope it's not Max. I know that people are going to be like, dude, what a banger, man. But come on, man. They literally fought twice already. Can we not get Dustin versus Ilya? You know what I'm saying? I would rather see Dustin versus Gaethje 3 than Max versus Dustin 3, honestly. But we'll see what it is. I think we'll get one of those fights announced, though. All right, man. Let's return to our new favorite addition to the bingo. Let's return to the Michael Chandler row. Michael Chandler does something illegal. Come on, man. Cross that shit off now. Back of the head shots, back shots from Michael Chandler. Maybe an eye poke, maybe a nut shot. Maybe he brings out something new. Maybe he grabs the fence. I don't know what Michael Chandler's planning to do in this fight, but I know that it's going to break some rules, and I know that he's not going to lose any points for it. Throw it on the bingo card. This one's a fucking lock, all right, man? Speaking of locks, Gene Silva cries. Come on, man. That's too easy, dog. I'm literally the GOAT at this shit. Like, I feel these so confidently, bro. This whole Michael Chandler row, I'm letting you know right now, you will get bingo just off Michael Chandler alone. I also think you could get 2 bingos on this card because Gene Silva crying, like the sky is blue, the sun is going to rise in the morning, Gene Silva's going to cry at some point during this fight. Let's just make that fucking clear, bro. All right? Next one that we've got, though, Dana White, Diego Lopez, Glaze Overdrive. Now, what do I mean by that? I think either before and after the fight, especially if Lopez manages to beat Volkanovski, like God forbid Volkanovski gets chinned, I think we're going to hear Dana White, listen, this kid's a superstar. This kid's an absolute superstar. The kid's a stud. Yeah, I really love Diego Lopez. I really love this kid. I feel like Dana White is going to glaze the ever-loving fuck out of Diego Lopez at multiple occasions during this fight week. I'm going to throw that one on here because I feel like this is definitely the type of fighter that Dana White absolutely loves. He doesn't have to pay him a lot of money. He's active as fuck. He's swinging big meaty hooks. Like, Diego Lopez is Dana White's dream fighter. So, and he's got the Mexican Noche vibes as well. So I think that definitely means Dana White will be glazing this kid endlessly. All right. Let's move on to one of my favorite parts of doing these videos is the Joe Roganisms. Now, what is a Roganism? That calf is done, man. That right hand's hurt. He's not throwing that anymore. Do they still use the steel cups? You know what Rogan says, bro. He's a fucking soundboard, all right? And I think Joe Rogan's going to break free of his programming. I think he's going to stop talking about, Benson Henderson really started the calf kick. We're going to get away from some of those NPC moments from Rogan. I think Joe Rogan's going to do it, boys. I think Joe Rogan's going to fucking do it, dude. I really could see Joe Rogan bringing up Bryce Mitchell's podcast comments. I know this is a risky pick. Maybe Dana White tells him not to, but I think Joe Rogan is the type of guy that has enough money and enough time spent on his podcast talking to fucking Eddie Bravo and Brendan Schwab that I don't think he gives a fuck, dude. I think Joe Rogan will bring up Bryce Mitchell at some, like the podcast comments from Bryce Mitchell at some, I don't know what, listen, I mean, the guy's kind of spit, like, I don't think he's going to go that far, but I definitely think he may bring it up and we'll get a John Anik, haha. That's my prediction for this. So I'm going to throw that on the bingo card. We'll see how it goes, all right? Next one that we've got, man, this kind of hurts to do, but I'm just going to be real, bro. I want Dan Ige to win this fight, dude. I want Dan Ige to win this fight. I don't want to see this guy lose to Sean Woodson, but I think he's going to. I think Sean Woodson is just too lanky and weird and alien built that he's going to be a fucking nightmare matchup for Dan Ige, but I do think Dan Ige will bomb him with an overhand over the top at some point. So I'm going to throw Dan Ige rocks or drops Sean Woodson, but then loses a decision. I feel like that's pretty likely to happen. I'm going to throw that one on the bingo card. Again, I hope Dan Ige wins. I'm kind of rooting for him, to be honest. I really like him. But yeah. Oh, and dude, he's another one that's going to add to the featherweight bromance. I just thought about that. Him and Diego Lopez, they're definitely going to be broing out during fight week. So yeah, dude, this guy, yeah, come on, man. I'm fucking cooking, bro. All right. Let's move on, though, because we need to return to the Michael Chandler row. Michael Chandler does something stupid. I mean, bro, I told you this is going to be fucking bingo. Does something illegal. Does something stupid. Calls out Conor McGregor and Ilia Topuria. These are all going to fucking happen. You know this. I know this. Michael Chandler probably knows this. Let's be real here, bro. This is free money. This bottom right. Easy money. Free money. You know, that's what we got down here, all right? Let's move on, though, because this is a fucking niche pick by me. This is a nasty pick by me. I'm going to say we get a broken English, unhinged speech post-fight. I'm thinking Gene Silva goes crazy. I'm thinking fucking Patricio Pitbull. Why does Pitbull look like he's dropping slurs, bro? Why does Pitbull look like he's about to drop a COD lobby fucking monologue when he wins this fight? I don't know. Pitbull looks like an angry little blockhead in his picture on the UFC website. So I'm thinking we get Pitbull or Gene Silva. One of the two, maybe both, going on an unhinged post-fight speech. I definitely think this is a pretty solid prediction by me. I think this one has a lot of value on the bingo card. I'll just say that. But this next one, it's less of a prediction. It's more of a prayer. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please let this Dominick Reyes title run continue. I'm going to pick Dominick Reyes. I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm feeling myself at the moment. Pause with my picks. I'm going to pick Dominick Reyes. I'm going to manifest this to happen. I think Dominick Reyes is going to be able to capitalize on the long layoff. We thought Nikita Krylov fucking died. And this guy's coming back and people are like, oh, Dominick Reyes is cooked, bro. I think Dominick Reyes is going to be able to continue this title run. I'm going to throw that on my bingo card. I hope that it happens. I'm not as confident in this as I am in the Chase Du Bronx masterclass, but we shall see, brother. We shall see, all right? Next one that we've got to talk about, I'm going to say we get at least 4 submission wins on this card. You've got Chase Hooper. You've got Yair Rodriguez. He's a sneaky one. He can definitely throw up some shit. I think Diego Lopez has submission threat. Bryce Mitchell could get a submission. I think when you look at the rest of the card as well, there's enough grapplers to where I could definitely see at least 4 submission wins happening. So we'll throw this one on. It's a little bit risky. I think this second row is pretty risky, but if they hit, I'm a fucking genius. If they don't hit, I mean, dude, who could ever predict 4 submissions in a row? You know what I'm saying, dude? I'm not going to hold that against the kid. That's how you guys need to be with me. All right, man? Next one that we've got, this is a fucking banger. WMMA War on the prelims. Come on, man. This is called reading the room. This is called analyzing data. I'm like young Corey Sandhagen out here right now. Look at the past 2 or 3 UFC fight cards. At least one fight on those prelims is a fucking WMMA war where they just stand and scrap, dude. I'm seeing a pattern here because that's 2 fights in a row where the borderline fight of the night was the women's fight on the card. So you know what? I'm going to put some fucking respect on these ladies' names. I'm going to say we get a WMMA war on the prelims. I'm hoping it's Yan Xiaonan versus Viana Janjidoba, but it's probably going to be the other one with the 2 NPC. I don't remember their name, but I think they're going to scrap. So let's throw that one on here. I feel like this one has a little bit of like high value. I think this could definitely hit. All right. One that 100% will hit, and we return to our correspondency down in the fucking Chandler division. Michael Chandler glazes Paddy Pimblett. Brother, this guy's going to be during fight week, after the fight when he loses. I mean, Paddy's an exciting young guy. He's really good. He's super talented. This guy's a great fight. Yeah, Michael's, you know, he's a great fighter. You know what I mean? It felt kind of bad, lads, that I fucking teabagged him in front of his kids. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm back, y'all. Sorry, man. I was literally mid Paddy Pimblett impression talking about this Michael Chandler glazing Paddy Pimblett. I shit you not, I got hit with the Islam Makhachev housekeeping. So we're back, okay? But just know this one will be hitting. Michael Chandler will be glazing Paddy Pimblett. All right, man? Let's move on now, dude. All right, I'm feeling, fuck, man. That's like dude, I just got walked in on doing Paddy Pimblett impression, bro. What the fuck, man? But regardless, let's move on. New meme of everyone standing around at the press conference. Now, real ones remember the UFC, I believe it was 276, or it was one of those international fight week cards where it was like Brian Barberina in overalls, Sean O'Malley, Adesanya, Cannonier, like everyone standing around looking like a Fortnite lobby. I think we're going to get a new edition of that this fight week with like Chandler, Gene Silva, Bryce. I could definitely see one of like Bryce Mitchell and those guys in the red corner, but I'm going to say we get a new meme of everyone standing around waiting for the face-offs after the press conference. I think this is a niche little pick. You know, it's a sneaky little one you could add, but yeah, I could definitely see that happening with the guys we have on this card. Let's just say that. All right, man? Now, these last 6 predictions, these are all fight-related for the top 3-4 fights of this card. All right, man? First one that we're going to do, Volkanovski escapes sub-attempt or survives a knockdown. I definitely think at some point in this fight against Diego Lopez, we're going to see Lopez do his gritty little face. I'm like, oh, please fluke this submission. And I think Volkanovski's going to be able to escape a submission. Or he gets kind of like flash knockdown like he did against Max Holloway. But I do think Volk's going to win. I think he will struggle with something like this early on in like round 1, maybe early round 2. I think this is a solid prediction that we can definitely throw on the bingo card. All right, man? Next one that we got, Pitbull, Bryce, Gene Silva. These guys will be carrying the press conference. Like I said, something about Pitbull, man. This guy's got fucking angry little blockhead energy like those guys from Super Mario that fall down on you, dude. That's the type of energy Pitbull's bringing, man. I'm feeling like Pitbull, Bryce Mitchell, and Gene Silva are about to have a Hall of Fame press conference COD lobby matchup right now at the media day, at the press conference. I'm going to throw that one on here. I'm pretty confident that these three will be the highlight of that show. I don't see Volk going up there doing much except maybe doing like the emo singing joke again. I could see that, but yeah, I definitely think it's going to be Pitbull, it's going to be Bryce, and it's going to be Gene Silva. All right, man. Last one for our Michael Chandler row. I mean, come on, this is a great addition to the video. I could literally do this for any Michael Chandler fight week, and it's going to be a bingo. All right, man. Michael Chandler suplexes or slams Paddy Pimblett. Come on, dude. Come on, man. This is hitting, bro. You know at some point this fucking goober is going to pick up Paddy Pimblett, all 200 pounds of him, and fucking suplex him, dude. Like, you just know that's going to happen. So, congratulations to everybody playing along at home. You just hit bingo without having to watch a single fight. But I want to see if we can get 2 bingos. I think that's my goal with this video, is like, hopefully we can get 1 down, 1 across, because we've already got the across. Let's see if we can get 1 going down. Next prediction to finish things off. We've got Gene Silva and Bryce Mitchell immediately squash the beef post-fight. 110% I'd be willing to bet numerous amounts of money that the second that fight ends, bro, I love this guy, man. God forgives you, brother. I love you, brother. I know for a fact they're going to be hugging and fucking kissing and all this stuff. I know they're going to be bros the second this fight ends. I know it for a fact, dude. Gene Silva is way too friendly. And Bryce Mitchell, he is a good dude. Like, Bryce Mitchell, he says dumb shit. He's a good dude. I think these two are definitely going to be bros. I think they're definitely going to be squashing the beef. They're going to be hugging. They're going to be smiling. The second the fight ends, if it goes to a decision, I think it's definitely going to be beef over. We love each other, like the Makayev Cop type situation. I think that's what we're going to get from this fight. All right, man. Last 2, these are fight predictions. First one we're going to throw on here, Paddy Pimblett by submission quicker than Dustin Poirier. I'm doing the Robbie Lawler emote right now because I know this is going to hit. Dude. This guy bedtime fucking predicting Paddy Pimblett better than me, dude. You know what you fucking did, dude. You're a fucking liar, dude. Paddy Pimblett, when are you guys going to realize this kid's plot armor is not running out? People genuinely picked Bobby Green over this guy in the UK. And now they think Michael Chandler's going to turn around this fucking losing streak, generational fall off. This guy's looking like Tony Ferguson out there against Charles Oliveira. And people are like, dude, Chandler by KO, man. Dude, Chandler's fucking way better than Paddy, dude. Fuck that. Michael Chandler is not winning this fight, bro. Paddy Pimblett is going to somehow submit this guy quicker than fucking Poirier did. I was going to say quicker than Oliveira, but like, you know, that's within 5 rounds. I think it's going to be similar to the Bobby Green Islam situation where, if you don't know, I'm not saying Paddy Pimblett's better than Islam Makhachev. I'm just saying he finished Bobby Green quicker than Islam did, and by submission. So take from that what you will. I think he's going to do the same thing with the Poirier-Chandler stat. And I think he's going to win by submission in round 2 or round 3. Early round 3. Like round 2 or early round 3. All right, man? Last prediction. Volk Masterclass calls out Evloev and Ilya. We are... Oh, my God, bro. Volk's getting the fucking belt back, dude. Volk's getting the fucking belt back, mate. Mate, Volkanovski's going to be out there pumping the fucking jab, mate. He's going to be flicking the kicks. He's going to be... I'm too fast for you. I'm way too fast for you. You know, he's going to... Bro, Volk is getting this fucking belt back. He's defending it against fucking Evloev. He's going to call out Ilya Topuria knowing that he's not coming back to 145. It's a fucking genius move. I know he's going to do it. These are my bingo card predictions. Let me know down below, though. Which one of these are hitting? All right? What are some predictions you have for fight week? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys drop a like if you enjoyed my Paddy Pimblett impression that got fucking room service coming and checking on me. And yeah, man. Subscribe if you're not already. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. And I will see you guys in the next video. I may be away for like a day or two because I'm traveling back to Australia. But I'll be back soon, okay, guys? Have a good one. Goodbye.